In a small, forgotten town nestled between towering mountains, there was a forest known as the Wispering Woods. Locals spoke of it in hushed tones, warning children to stay away. They said the trees were alive, and at night they whispered secrets to anyone who dared to listen. One cold October evening, a group of friends, Emily, Jake, Sarah, and Mark, decided to test their courage. Ignoring the warnings, they ventured into the woods, armed with flashlights and bravado. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that seemed to stretch and sway as they walked deeper into the forest. As they wandered, the atmosphere shifted. The air grew heavy, and a thick fog enveloped the trees. The whispers began, soft at first, like a distant conversation just out of reach. The friends laughed nervously, trying to brush off the eerie sensation creeping up their spines. "Maybe we should turn back," Sarah suggested, her voice trembling. "Don't be a wuss," Jake replied, trying to sound brave. "It's just the wind." But the whispers grew louder, more insistent. They seemed to call Emily's name, a soft beckoning sound that sent shivers down her spine. "Did you hear that?" she whispered, her eyes wide. "Hear what?" Mark asked. But before she could answer, the whispering morphed into chilling laughter, echoing through the trees. Panic rose among the group as the laughter faded, leaving an oppressive silence. "We need to go," Emily insisted, feeling the weight of unseen eyes watching them. As they turned to leave, the path they had come from seemed to vanish, replaced by an impenetrable wall of fog. The trees appeared to close in around them, the branches twisting and curling like gnarled fingers. The whispers intensified, a cacophony of voices that drowned out their own fear. Suddenly, Mark stumbled and fell, a sharp cry escaping his lips. The group rushed to help him, but when they turned, he was gone. The fog thickened, swirling around them, swallowing him whole. "Mark!" they screamed, panic setting in. "Keep moving!" Jake shouted, grabbing Emily's arm. They stumbled through the trees, desperate to escape the suffocating fog and the sinister whispers that grew louder with each step. As they ran, they caught glimpses of dark figures darting between the trees, shadows that shouldn't exist. Sarah's flashlight flickered, then died, plunging them into darkness. Fear clawed at their throats, and they could hear their own breathing, ragged and desperate. "Over here!" Emily shouted, spotting a faint light in the distance. They sprinted toward it, praying it was an exit, a way out of this nightmare. As they approached, the light revealed an ancient stone altar, covered in moss and surrounded by twisted roots. "Why is it here?" Jake gasped, looking around for a way to escape. Before they could process what was happening, the whispers coalesced into a single voice, deep, malevolent, and filled with rage. "You shouldn't have come here." The ground shook, and the trees around them seemed to writhe in agony. Roots burst from the earth, grabbing at their ankles. They struggled to break free, but it was too late. One by one, the whispers consumed them. Emily felt herself being pulled back, her screams lost in the cacophony. As the darkness closed in, she caught a final glimpse of the woods. The trees loomed over the altar, their bark resembling twisted faces frozen in terror. And then silence. Days later, the townsfolk noticed a new addition to the Whispering Woods, an ominous aura that hung over the trees. As night fell, they heard faint whispers calling for the lost souls, echoing through the forest. But the friends were never seen again. Only the woods remained, watching and waiting, ready to lure in the next unsuspecting group, eager to join the whispers of the lost.